We're back here at the Tricky Triangle for the Target Series at Pocono. It's the Pocono 250, a little bit longer than the truck race yesterday, but not that much longer. On the pole, second in points, Danny Lloyd. He's only about 20 points behind the points here as well, so this could be big for him to gain the points lead. To his outside is the 5 of Clayton Thomas. Thomas's teammate is third, Jeff Bright in the 1, William Bullen in fourth, and Alexander Rover rounds out the top 5. They have TJ Hanley in 6th. There is Cole Luigi in 7th. Your points leader Lawrence Palapon in 8th. 9th is Gustavo Rocha, and William Seaman, third in points, rounds up the top 10. Jay Jefferson, the first car to start outside the top 10 with Anthony Lehman. Then you have Riley Spraytube, who won the truck race yesterday with Landon Lyons in the 90. Then there's Carson Bowers and Michael Canto, Matt Hamill and Alex Stewart. They have Trey Rainey and Johnny Gardner, Jonathan Wong and Charles Robert. Then there's Steve Larker and Stephen Baker, Joey Trickle and Marshall Burrow. Then there's Andrew Miller and Greg Lee, Luke Rainey and Eli Bright. They have Sebastian Kukulon and Jonathan Buford, Jennifer Buford and Isaac Nichols. They have Diego Yepes with Michael Sanders, Colton Yo with Bill Seaman. They have Max Anderson and Jake Galloway. And in the final row, Justin Knight in the 9 with Adam McDowell in the 16 to his outside. Starting lap here for the track-dependent race at the Pocono Raceway. Let's get going with our starting command.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
All right, boys, pace and rhythm all day today. Driver's compartment, crew chief, pit crew. Pace and rhythm all day, that's all we need.
As the field rolls off the starting grid, we know that nothing is set in stone, especially here at Pocono, and at any racetrack for that matter. It was just yesterday in the truck race that Cole Luigi dominated, leading every lap. But then a caution coming out, thought he was going to have it in the bag. As the race whip ended under the yellow flag, he blew up under the caution from the race lead, handing it to Riley Spraytube. We know that the race is not over until we complete 15 laps. As we get to the restart zone, we're racing around this 2.5-mile triangle in the northeast of Pennsylvania. Danny Lloyd with a great jump. Jeff Bright, a little bit of wheel spin there from the third position, but second on the inside. As they race through turn 2, the trickiest corner. Watch off that corner to see if there's maybe a crash, some collisions. Looks like they keep it clean, double foul for now. Off into turn number 3. Teammates side by side for a second by your pole sitter, Danny Lloyd. As turn number 3, they come through. Jeff Bright clears his teammate for a second. But down the front stretch, Danny Lloyd in the 21 car leads lap 1 from the pole. Jeff Bright second. We'll see if he can try and run down that draft. Clayton Thomas going to try and keep third here. Alexander on the bottom lane is currently fourth, and William Bullen could get a few positions. Here's the inside, not the place being turn 1. We'll see if it works here, though, for Rowe. He drives it hard, a little bit up the track, trying to push that 5 up, get a run, trying to get that side draft, slow him down. As they come down along Pine Trailway, looks like Clayton Thomas does get clear in the 5 car, so he's third. His teammate Jeff Bright from him in second. Danny Lloyd leads. Now through the tunnel turn, this is the trickiest corner that they have here. A little bit of contact there further back. Looks like they keep it clean. Still double file. These two JRM cars going to try and run down the RCR Chevrolet. Right now, front 3 Chevrolets. Try and make it front 4. Alexander Rose trying to get up there. Down the front stretch. Danny Lloyd continues to lead. Jeff Bright using a little bit of a lower lane there in case the 5 wants to make a move. Just trying to block that off. Bullen there, going to try and keep fourthies on the outside lane. Cole Luigi goes to the outside, but that could be great for him. He could get the run off the corner. Rocha, close to that number 42, is down the backstretch. Look at the 5, looking low. I don't think he's going to have the run, though. He might have to come back up in line. See the 07 there up in front. Here comes Bullen for third in the 74. He had a great run to the tunnel turn. Can he make it stick? Through the tunnel. Side by side for third. Behind your front 2. That was Steve Walker sideways there in the back. We keep it green. He kept it straight. Bullen grabs third from the 5 of Thomas. Look at a Rocha driving hard to the bottom of row. Who tried to get to the bottom of the 5. Still side by side for fourth. Some great racing here at the front. Some very hard racing. Front 3 getaway. Look at Bullen for second in the 74. That car looks pretty darn quick right now. If he could get by that one of Jeff Bright, I think Lloyd could be in trouble. Tight down low, though. We've seen that. Very hard to make a pass in turn 1. Really turn 2, turn 3, your best place on the bottom lane. If you're on the outside, though, in the turn 1, there's someone up there, 74. Rocha's up there. Through the tunnel, side by side for third. Jay Jefferson's joined the party inside the top 5. That 28 car started outside the top 10. Here comes Bullen for second. He has to get by Jeff Bright, though, in this corner. He can't stay side by side with him down the straightaway. Through 3. The 01 goes up the track of Arocha. Here comes the 28, Jay Jefferson. Third points, William Seaman, currently up inside the top 10. Here he comes. Your points are, Lawrence Poundpine is inside the top 10 currently. He's currently scored 9th. Still side by side for second, but the 74 is a little bit better help from the 28 and the 00. He's clear to turn 1. Bullen to second. Now looking on Danny Lloyd. Jeff Bright top 3 wide. Arocha coming to the middle. As here comes Bullen in the 74. Down the backstretch. He's side by side with him. Can he stay there? Side by side to the tunnel turn. Pulls Sitter up top. Bullen charging hard in the 74. Your new race leader, William Bullen out front. Arocha's coming over. He's made 3 wide moves left after lap. Here he comes 3 wide for second. Jay Jefferson in the middle. I think he's going to get clear for second. Lloyd fighting back on the outside. Same with Jeff Bright in the 1. Lloyd would be lucky to keep third right here as Jay Jefferson gets clear for second. Now he has his sights set on the 74 of Bullen. Carr shuffling out of line, trying to get down to the bottom. Lloyd still fading back in the 21 with no drafting help. Back outside the top 5 now. Seaman slow in the bottom lane. A little tight down there. Slows Hanley and Pound up. Allows Lloyd to get back outside the doubles here and try to get clear. Can't believe that 74 got such a great run. He's been getting great runs in that draft. That car looks pretty good in the draft. We'll see how he does out front now, though. Could be a lot different when you're out front as opposed to being back in the draft. You're normally going to be a lot faster in that draft, so we'll just see if that 28 can work together with that 01 and try and get up here. Pulling up the track a little bit. Jefferson a little bit lower. Off of 3 has a run. Back there side by side for 5th. TJ Henley trying to get clear of Danny Lloyd and have his sights down the front 4. Lawrence Poundpine's gaining ground, trying to get up inside the top 5 to get by Danny Lloyd and maybe extend his points lead on a day where we thought Lloyd might be able to close in. Hanley clears for 5th. Seaman for 3rd. Jefferson for the race lead. He got a great run down the front stretch. Here he is now, a Bullen. Side by side. I don't think he's got the run, though. I think he has to get back up in line right here and get that draft again. You can try and drive down to the corner, though. He might be trying to do that. Trying to scare that 74. Up the track he goes. Almost in on him. Some contact back there. Lloyd trying to get back by Hanley and uses him up. Into the wall back there. The 24 is into the wall. But we stay green. Everyone scatters down to the bottom. Now it's about mid-pack. We stay green, though. Hanley now fading. That's the one. Jeff Bright looks in the middle. Pound down low, 3 wide. As that's Cole Luigi pushing that 39 through. He's 3 wide as well. Trying to use the draft to get by. Now look at this. 3 wide down the front stretch for 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. 2 cars down low. Cole Luigi looking 4 wide. Hanley backed out. Luigi's going to back out. Seaman for 3rd. But has no drafting help down low. Jefferson just has to be a little bit more patient. He had a great run there. He has a great car. He has a car that can contend with Bullen. He just has to not make mistakes and just get runs when he can. And try to make the moves maybe through 2 and 3 and not 1. You see how that car got into the wall. I believe it was the 24 Charles Robert. How it kind of spread the field out now. We have a little bit of breathing room back there mid-pack. Here comes Jefferson down the front stretch trying to get that side draft and get by. And turn 1's not the ideal place to make the move, but we'll see if it works here. But that 1's coming hard. Jefferson might have to get up right here. Or else Rocha could take second. Jefferson down low. Rocha up top. Side by side for second. Jefferson trying to keep it. Seaman coming low in the 00. Got a great run. 3 wide. I think he's got to back out. He has no help. And Rocha might be... Yeah, he's clear for second. Gustavo Rocha to second in the 01. Jefferson back to 3rd. Danny Lloyd up top. He's side by side with Seaman. Jeff Bright's joining the battle in the 1 car. Your points leader, Lawrence Pound trying to fend off Cole Luigi in the 42, who's trying to make up lost ground. Into the wall. Lyons goes around. Big crash. Long pond straightaways. That Greg Lee. Across the track goes the 33 into the inside wall. He'll go. Yellow is out. Wrecked down Long Pond straightaway with 6 to go. This is going to be a restart. And William Bullen leads back to the caution flag. Yeah, so it's going to be Bullen, Arocha, and Jefferson. It's going to be about 2 laps to go, and restarts are the time to make your moves. You can make it work through one. It's going to be interesting to see how this works out. Sanders is all torn up. Bowers was the one that spun across the track. Nichols was some damage, and it was... Oh, there's Kukulon in the pits, and Lyons was the first to go around. So we'll see what happened. Caution number 1 late in this race. So they wrecked off of turn number 2, and then they wrecked in turn number 3. So there were actually 2 crashed here. See right here, Landon Lyons in the 90 comes up and he kind of gets into the 33 right there with Bowers. And I think Bowers took exception to that and turned him into the outside wall. Right there, the 90 goes around and gets hit right here by Alex Stewart. That's what sends the 90 in a spin cycle. Greg Lee hits him. But I think the rest of the drivers, Kukulon gets hit right there. Oh, there's Buford, Robert. I think Luke Ray got low. The 90 luckily got low and was out of the way after he got hit a few times. And then the 33 spun up ahead, and then they may have spun even further up ahead. See, into the wall around, there goes the 90 in a spin cycle, hit by the 6, hit by the 20, almost up off the ground, or in fact, up off the ground, almost up and over. And then up ahead, Bowers wrecked. He got spun around after the fact. He got hit right there. And then the 90 of 1 got clipped up into the 33, and then that sent Bowers into a spin. He missed the inside wall, but then came back up. He got Nichols. He got, is that the 0, the 62? There's the 9 in it. 16, there's the 2 of Colton Yo, the 62, Jennifer Buford, and they stacked them up through turn 3. And Bullen did not want to see that. It looked like he was going to be able to hold the lead if they went caution-free, but now he's going to have to deal with a restart, and tons of moves can be made off into turn 1. So we'll see who has the better car here on this restart to win the Pocono 250. It's going to be a restart with 2 laps to go. 2 laps of racing to go around the tricky triangle in Pocono, Pennsylvania. Isaac Nichols, Sebastian Kukulon, Carson Bowers, Bill Seaman, and Jennifer Buford are out from that crash, which leaves us 37 cars to finish this race, we hope. William Bullen trying to hold on. He's dominated the second half of the race, but Gustavo Rocha has a pretty fast car in second. Same with Jay Jefferson in third. Danny Lloyd trying to get back up from the pole in fourth. And William Seaman rounds out the top 5. Jeff Bright was going to restart 6th, but he pulls out with an issue to the number 1 car. So he's going to surrender that 6th position to Cole Luigi of the 42. He'll restart 6th. In 7th, it'll be Michael Cantle, Lawrence Palmpine, your points leader in 8th. TJ Hanley 9th. Alexander Rowe rounding out the top 10 for this restart. Can Bullen hold on? Can Rocha get there? Can Jefferson get there? Can someone else get up there? 2 laps left. 5 miles at Pocono. We're back racing in the Pocono 250. Great restart for Bullen. He had to get away. If that other one was right on me, could make a move. Here we go. Jefferson trying to block Lloyd down low. Rocha shuffled up top. Jay Jefferson for second in the 28 car. He has a push from Danny Lloyd in the 21. And they have to get clear at some point down the backstretch. Cars moving low. Cars moving high. 3 wide. Approaching the tunnel turn. Cole Luigi backed out of that. Still side by side for a second. Contact almost. Lloyd slid up in front of Seaman. Great job there, not hitting each other. Almost spinning was Eli Brett in the 88. But Jay Jefferson's got clear for a second. Can he get a run to the 74 Bullen? We're coming through 3 to see the white flag. If they make it to the white, it's coming back no matter what. Down the front stretch. To the stripe. The white flag is waving. One last lap around the Pocono Raceway. The Pocono 250 coming down to it. Will it be Bullen? Will it be Jefferson? Can it be someone else? 3-1, Jefferson's there. A little tighter down low, but getting a great run off the corner. Can he get the same run down Long Pond straightaway? He's looking low. Can he stay down there? Lloyd might go with him. Side by side into the tunnel turn. Jay Jefferson. A big move to get clear. But Daniel Lloyd, the pole there, is coming back. Down the short chute. Jay Jefferson, a last lap pass, but can he hold it through 3? Bullen falls back to 3rd. Your pole series back up to 2nd. Danny Lloyd. It's not going to be enough. Last lap pass will yield Jay Jefferson a victory at Pocono. Alpha 3, 2018 to victory lane. Jefferson wins at Pocono. Who would have thought that? Who would have thought a last lap pass and Jay Jefferson restarted 3rd, coming out on top. And Danny Lloyd, after falling back, gets back up to 2nd. Your pole sitter going to close in the points lead to Lawrence Palmpine. Bullen, after dominating the second half, left to settle for a 3rd place finish. He could do nothing there. The 28 had such a big run at the end. Jay Jefferson, your winner at Pocono. He's now won in 5 of 6 Target Series seasons. Let's go check the finishing results. Here are the finish results from the Pocono 250 at the Pocono Raceway. There was 1 caution flag for 4 laps and 2 lead changes among 3 different drivers. Jay Jefferson leading only 1 lap and was the last one, the most important one, to get to victory lane, starting 11th in this race. A driver started outside the top 10, won up Pocono. You don't see that every day. Danny Lloyd started on pole. He ends up second, leading the first 4 laps. Got passed by William Bolin, ends up third, leading 10 laps of 15, the most of anyone, but could not hold off Jefferson at the end. Rocha ends up 4th, and William Seaman rounding out the top 5. Colucci desperately needed this run after his woes yesterday, after his woes this whole season in the Target Series. I'm sure he'll take a 6th place finish any day. Michael Canto ends up 7th. Lawrence Poundpond, your points leader, ends up 8th, but he loses the points lead as Danny Lloyd had such a great run. Lloyd now takes over the points lead. Alexander 9th, and Anthony Lehman rounding out the top 10. There is your top 20. It's definitely going to shake up the points as Jay Jefferson, that victory is just outside the top 20 points. He's probably inside the top 20 now, and with that win, he could be a wild card. Jeff Bright got back on the racetrack. He was going to restart 5th. He ends up 37th in this race after starting 3rd, and that has to be heartbreak for him. He's run top 10 all race. Going to restart inside the top 10 there at the end, and some sort of issue, probably a loose wheel. Now we go look at the point standings. So here are the point standings as we head from Pocono. Danny Lloyd takes over the points lead. No wins this season, but consistency in 6 top 5s, 6 top 10s. Every time he's finished in the top 10, he's finished top 5. And reminds me of Eli Bright a lot last year. Lawrence Poundpond from the points lead down to 2nd, but he's on 11 points back, and he has those 2 wins to fall back on in case he hits a slump here. William Seaman 3rd in points. Andrew Miller back up to 4th, and Greg Lee falls to 5th, but still within a chase spot. They have Gustavo Rocha in 6th. And McDowell in 7th, William Bolin 8th, Luke Rainey 9th, and Landon Lyons rounds out the top 10. There is your top 20. You can see the front 4 really separated themselves from 5th on back. Jay Jefferson with that victory up to 12th and in a wildcard spot. The other wildcard spot currently held by Alex Stewart. Matt Hamill's not too far back, though he could definitely get up there. And a lot can happen. Kukulon could win, Gardner could win, someone with 2 wins could fall outside the top 10 like Pond or McDowell. It's going to be a very interesting time to see what happens. 21st to 40th, see 2 JRM cars, Eli Bright, Clayton Thomas, trying to move themselves up. As JRM's not really had a great season. All 5 of their cars 21st or lower. Eli's 21st, leading that JRM brigade. Clayton Thomas 22nd. Jeff Bright is 33rd, and Justin Knight is 34th, and Nichols is 37th. But Nichols has that win. Galloway also has a win along with Max Harrison. They're all down here below 20th in points. They need to get up there to use those wins as wild cards. And Michael Sanders cannot catch a break this season. 42nd in points and a distant 201 points back of TJ Henley in the 44. So we look ahead to the next race, which will stay in the Northeast. We'll go to Dover for the Goodies 300. I'll see you guys then.